thank you so much to ICC and to Father Hezekiah, because he had a vision which I haven't ever seen any other organization that truly understands how God made us to learn. And he made us to look at something as a whole and not to be broken down into parts. And so when Father Hezekiah said that, he said, well, let's go through these liberal arts. Let's focus on this. Let's learn something from every different angle and see how it all comes back together, instead of breaking it apart and leaving it there and walking away. But you actually get to think. And when you learn that way, it transforms you, right? And maybe even more importantly, it conforms you more into the image of God and into the image of Jesus, because that's the way he made us to learn. He didn't make us to separate everything out. And but he brought us into this world to look at something and think of how it's similar to something else, right? And think of, so that's where ICC has done an amazing job, because you get to really sit on something. And in our world, you get sound bites of everything. And then you got to move on and think about something else. And you don't ever have time to just be still. And here it's a beautiful way of using a technology and using the gifts of these amazing teachers that are willing to come and share. And then you get to hear what they say. And then, okay, if you do move on to the next talk and listen, it's still referencing something that you just heard, and your thoughts can grow and change, and you can be changed by it. Yeah. Because I'm 45 years old, and I've read a lot, and you can so quickly get on a bunny trail, and your desires, like what you want to do, you just kind of go on that. And but here, when you have something that actually guides you to go somewhere, that's where change takes you as well, you know. And I think I was reading through Dante's Divine Comedy, and Dante can't get anywhere without the guide of Virgil, right? That it's taking him through. And so we're in this world just trying to figure something out. And I feel like ICC is taking the role of that guide that says, here's all these things you need to learn. And the bonus, I mean, it's free. I couldn't imagine that. It's like, this is just so amazing that I had never seen anything put together so well. And there wasn't like this, okay, you can listen to the first talk and then you got to start. I mean, it was free. So, so that's huge. And for a single income family, you know, we make the sacrifice for me to be home. And there's that our resources are tight, but I told my husband, I said, we have to give when something is worthwhile. And even though this isn't our local parish, we're in Oklahoma, y'all are in Virginia, you're influencing our community in Oklahoma at this point, which is amazing. So we're very thankful. That's
awesome. That's so beautiful. Thank you, Samantha. And for those who are watching, I just also want to extend an invitation to you. You know, sometimes, especially as our audience gets wider and wider and wider, and more people are joining us, like you're saying, we've never met each other in person, right? So the ripple effect of ICC spreading. Sometimes it might be hard to see from our perspective the lives that are being touched by what's going on here. And we can get into a mode of just like, oh, I'm going to watch this lecture, and then I'm going to watch that lecture, and then I'm going to watch this one. And we don't realize that part of what makes ICC is that we are all in this together, right? And we understand that it's Jesus who's doing the work, and he's saving the people. And what we need to do is we need to be holding each other hand by hand and letting his light shine out. And part of that is by supporting the mission so that we're able to spread out this net that's just ever growing. So I just invite you, look, if it's been on your heart and you've kind of been following us for a while, you recognize the value, take the dive, you know, jump on in and join us in the trenches, and whatever amount you're able to give, it goes a long way. So we really do encourage you to help us in this fundraising drive. Our goal is $152,000. And with your help, we can surely make it.